So things don't always go to plan. And today's one of them days when it ain't gone to plan. So today's my filming day. I've got the whole day to myself. I'm going to go out and I'm going to have a wonderful day and enjoy myself. What time is it? It's 2:30 and I've still not started enjoying myself. I've spent a load of money, but sort of having a nice day. So take a look at this. That is a 1980 Electra-glide Classic limited edition Shovelhead Harley Davidson. Now, we've been restoring this bike for the last 9 months and we're almost there. Yeah, I mean, it is a nice looking bike, but riding it is like wrestling with a samurai warrior. There's an art form to riding this bike, and we can't have that because this bike has got to be right. So we get in there. The problem is the pandemic, the post-pandemic, everything that's gone along with that, all the problems that's been caused across the world, logistics, parts. Oh, it's an absolute nightmare. Trying to get anything for anything is just so difficult. You know, we've been rebuilding this bike for 9 months. 9 months, okay? And it's been hard. Let's take a look what we've done to it, okay? So first of all, we stripped the bike down to the bare frame and we ripped the engine out, ripped the gearbox out, sent the tins off to get painted. So everything got repainted on the tins, tanks, guards, boxes. We replaced the cowling on the headlights. We replaced the clamp cover. Added this new clock and dashboard. We was able to rewire the bike pretty much completely. We've now got all of the highway lights working. We've got the indicators working, new tyres. We managed to source a new front disc for it. The engine itself has been completely rebuilt. So we ripped the engine down completely. We've rebuilt it, replaced the lifters. That was a job in itself. Move on to the gearbox. Gearbox, we added the kicker. And to do that, we had to cut the pipes, kind of make the pipes so that they were not doubled up. They were gone into single pipes each side. And we were able to get the kicker in just to give it that bit more of a look to it, really. All of the boxes have been remade. They were very badly scuffed on the top and painted. We've got a little bit of work to do on that one rail on the back. We've just got to tidy that up a little bit more. As you can see, we fixed all the oil leaks, maybe. We've got a complete electronic ignition kit put in here, XL coil and leads. We managed to find a nice little seat cover pan underneath there. We'd already fitted the single seat to this. And there's still a few little bits and pieces to do because we're waiting on clutch cable. We've had to make one. It's not quite right. But it's working and it's riding. And that's one of the main things. It's working and it's riding. So I'm happy with the look of the bike. Am I happy with the ride? Not really. Because the bike itself needs a few more bits and pieces doing to it. We're making some shocks, so we've just had to put some made up shocks on there for the moment whilst we just work out what we're doing with those shocks. You can see we've got these shocks on at the minute which are actually upside down, but we're having the other shocks refurbed. So once they're done, we'll have the nice chrome shocks back on it again. And it's almost there. But when you're waiting for a bike for 9 months and you get on it and you don't quite feel it, it's pretty disappointing. So why don't we feel it? Well, we bought a gearbox from America and we thought, instead of just shipping it straight over because it was off eBay, let's send it to a transmission specialist over there And then with that done, what we can do is get the transmission sorted out and make sure that when the box arrives, that the box is completely overhauled. And we paid over £2,000 to have that done. But the box has arrived, and unfortunately, they haven't done what they said they was going to do. The box has come, it's still got a whine on the second. It's almost a grind, not a whine, which is upsetting. And there's not a lot we can do about it unless we want to tear the bike back down again. We was expecting the box to be completely overhauled, ready to go. We've put oil in it, the main shaft is leaking. I mean, the answer to that off most people is, oh, they all leak. Well, not when you spent £2,000 on overhauling the box, they don't. So, let's get on it, let's ride it, and let's see how it goes from there. So what do I reckon then? Well, we've just been down motorway, we've had it up the mountain, we've had it over the hills, and it's not too bad. I mean, I'm used to riding the Electra-glide, which is the 2021 Harley Davidson, you know. The technology in that bike is incredible. And then I'm jumping back onto this one, and then, you know, there is going to be a difference, and I think I've got to kind of allow for that as well. There are some things that can be improved. I mean, this is kind of the you know, the first run of the bike, really. So there are some things that can be improved. But the bike looks fantastic. It's just a question of getting those small things right. Because I don't want to put this bike out on a run for a customer who wants to come over and ride a classic motorbike with us and then, you know, have a really bad experience. That's not what Easy Rider is about. Easy Rider is about giving you the best experience that we can. No matter how old the bike, you know, we need it to be able to function correctly. So we've got a few things. We've got to change the clutch cable. That's number one. We've got to get these shocks finished. That's number two. They are in the process of being rebuilt. I've just had a word with Ted, and just to make sure that he's up to speed with getting this stuff done. And then we've got to give it another once over and make sure it's okay. There are a few oil leaks on it. Shovelhead, I don't think we're ever going to stop that. You know, I really don't think we're ever going to stop it. I mean, let's check it now to see if there's any oil there now. And to be fair, there's a couple of dribbles. But that might be because there's none in it, for all I know. But no, let's get that checked, and then we can take it from there. Look at it, look. I mean, how lovely is it? It is a lovely looking bit of kit. Got to sort them out as well. I mean, that looks like... I need to get that sorted out. That's bent. I hate things like that on bikes. I hate things that aren't straight or, you know, aren't right. I don't like stuff like that. So get that straightened off. Let's give it another kick. Let's give it another kick over. See if we can do it on the first one this time. This is a good one. That's how you do it. And that's going to save so much aggro with batteries, because when these old Harleys are cold, they are hard to start, especially off a battery. But starting them with a kicker, it just gets the juice round into the engine, and it's a much easier way to start these older bikes. Ready? That's how you do it. Okay, let's see how we get on. That's right on. They're not as good at stopping. The brakes technology isn't as good as it was before. Jesus. Suspension certainly ain't as good. But character, there's something a little bit special. Oh yeah, something a little bit special. See, when you're buying the old classic bikes, you kind of realise how it all started and why it all started and why it was so caps. Oh, that's the wooden suspension. You realise how it all started and why men get hooked onto motorbikes, and we just don't love them.
closest thing to air suspension I've ever ridden. See, I think that second gear is getting a bit better. Oh. This. Okay. Okay. Oh, it can certainly rumble. It can certainly rumble. This is mine. We love motorcycles.